as you probably know, if you've been watching me, that I'm not a huge Apple fan. However, I'm a huge fan of value for money, and I think this iPhone SE from 2020 is actually really great value for money now. I could purchase this for just under £100, which is a bit of a bargain. We've got 4K 60 FPS and optical image stabilization, which is pretty impressive. Currently using selfie camera, 1080p 30 FPS. What a beautiful morning. So let's take a couple of selfies. I mean, look at the quality. Main sensor, there's only one actually, there's no ultra wide angle here. I'm holding this phone in my hand, and 4K 60 FPS looking really nice. Well, let's actually see how far we can zoom in. I cannot really see, it's very bright. I don't know, that's the furthest, but it doesn't tell me how far it is. And back to the main sensor. Now let's compare the stabilization. This is 4K 24 frames per second. I was not expecting that, so we've got a few options, which is really nice. As you can see, it's been frosty this morning. Well, we've got some sunshine as well, so we can actually see the dynamic range. By the way, if you are enjoying my content, do me a huge favor and subscribe to my channel. 98% of people that regularly watch my content are not subscribers, which is a bit of a shame. But let's have a look at 4K 30 FPS, and this is the focus, and you can tell it's pretty fast. So I'm gonna kick the ball and just walk around to compare the stabilization. And to be honest, on this small screen, it's hard for me to tell which one is the most stable. So you let me know in the comments below. But I'm gonna take some pictures now. Now you can see the quality when you just get a little bit close to the subject, then you can see the natural bokeh effect. I love the 4K 60 FPS because then you can slow it down in editing. But let's get a little bit closer with those pictures and have a look at some macro. There's no dedicated macro lens or anything like this, but hopefully we should be able to get some decent results. This is the audio that is coming from this phone. There's no external microphone that I'm using, so I think the quality is pretty decent, so you can actually hear all the sounds around. But I'm gonna have a look at that portrait photography now. Shame there is no 60 FPS on selfie camera, but also you can see that it's struggling with that dynamic range when it's very bright on the selfie camera, and it is pretty basic. Okay, we've got portrait mode, we've got some time-lapse, slow-mo, but there is no dedicated night mode, no ultra wide angle, no telephoto, nothing like this. But I'm gonna have a look at that slow motion now, and then we're gonna move on to some low light conditions later on, even without that night mode, and just to see the results really. Guys, I was not expecting this. It is very dark and foggy. 4K 30 FPS is pretty amazing, I have to say. Look at the quality. Wow. But when you switch to different resolutions, you can see the difference. Let me show you. So this is 4K 24 FPS. And now I have switched to 60 FPS. Well, let's take some pictures now. Honestly guys, 4K 60 FPS, such a great quality. I love the portrait photography, and night photography is decent too, even though there's no night mode. You know, for around $100, this is such a great value for money phone. I absolutely love the performance. I actually did the whole editing using this phone without any trouble whatsoever. Yes, be careful with the battery because it will not last long. I've only got like 80% health. But for this price, I'm not complaining. Let me know your thoughts and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.